anything else.
He's comedic relief.
There you go.
Yeah, chill.
That's all I am.
Chill.
Comedic relief.
Chill.
I'm just here to replace Eric, apparently.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm here for.
Come on, man. You ain't have to do that. It's a low blow.
Come on, man. Let's get this started.
Let's get it rolling.
Hey, for the past like
something in
5
the water.
episodes, it started off like that. She'd be like, "Hey, man, let's start this podcast." Like every time, every fucking time, man.
Somebody got to do it.
Hey, you know what? You're absolutely right, man. Who better than him
Than me?
to start it? Yeah,
I haven't even been here the last 2 episodes.
Hey,
one.
something in the water. I didn't go, so like, that's your
Why don't you interview us? How about that?
interview. Oh, hey, I can do that.
You can do that.
Hey, open this podcast, bro. Like,
It's open. It's recorded.
oh, you're not gonna do that. This is 75JUNCTION and none of that shit today. Like,
That's how it goes.
That's supposed to be your thing, boss. What you talking about? That's what you
Hey,
do.
I just told you, man. I just work here. That's it. I don't even
you,
get paid.
you live here, bro.
You pay the rent here, like
Mortgage.
whatever. Like,
Anyway, that's beside the point. What's going on, y'all? 75JUNCTION. It's your boy Sherm. These are my co-hosts Ant and Shino. And today we are back. We did a little hiatus last week because of something in the water. So obviously that took up a lot of time on our schedule. So as you can see, I've been sunburnt. I don't know if y'all can see. My nose is like peeling. I obviously am darker than I was before. Not very pleased about it, but it was a good time. Yeah, why are you so weak?
yeah.
The sun was atrocious. There was something in the sun too because it was.
Yeah,
You put on
that
sunscreen,
That
bro?
song was OD.
I didn't wear sunscreen. I didn't think the sun was gonna be that bad. Like, cause Friday it got rained out, so they canceled everything Friday. Like nothing really happened. And Saturday, the sun was out in full force. I didn't have any sunscreen at the time. And then Sunday, the sun was out. Oh, y'all thought that was it? Hey, 80 degrees. Let's get it. And then just offer it like no clouds. Like the crowd,
no, Sunday
like the
was
crowd,
OD.
bro. The crowd was cheering when the clouds rolled in and blocked the sun a little bit. Like that's how
That's how bad it
Sunday
was.
was OD.
Yo,
Sunday
don't
it
go to
was not a
Australia,
crowd.
yo.
I want to go to Australia. Actually, it's on my bucket list.
That shit's
I'm gonna wear
intense. It's
sunscreen,
something.
though.
I think it's something wrong with the ozone layer or something around that area.
Huh?
Yeah, you get skin cancer really easy out there.
Yo,
What you mean?
why you so Debbie Downer with it?
I mean, that's
Like,
what it
hey,
is.
As soon as you step in that continent, skin cancer. As
You
if
can.
everything,
You
as
can.
if everything else there can't kill you in Australia.
I'm about to say, isn't it like the most deadliest animals out there, bitch?
Yeah,
That too.
yeah, spiders, most venomous snakes,
Yeah,
box jellyfish, which is like almost like damn near microscopic, but can kill
I
you.
know what
Good
they
luck, bro.
Oh yeah.
Good luck, bro.
Hey, thanks, man.
Hope to see you come back
I'm just going. I want to come back with a kangaroo at least.
with the kangaroo.
Yeah, it's my favorite animal.
You can go to DC.
He
and
will
get one of
box.
them,
He
like-
will box the crap out of you.
I'll piece a kangaroo up.
Nah, you ain't piece of the bug.
Nah.
He can kick you one
I'll fade
swift
the
kick to
kangaroo,
the
bro.
face. You done.
Who?
It's your favorite animal. but
You
you
who?
will fade this
You.
nigga? It's your favorite animal, but you will fade these niggas.
That's what I'm
If they're trying
saying,
to fight,
right?
if they're trying to fight, yeah.
If they trying to fight, it ain't gonna be no fight once he
You
kick
trying
you.
to
It's
take
done.
these niggas from their home, bro? What they supposed to do?
Look, this
They
is
don't wanna
this
come
isn't
to
slavery.
America.
I'm giving him a good life.
They don't want to come to America,
bro.
What you gonna do?
I'll
Put him in
just
the
adopt
backyard with the patio?
If you don't got no parents, then
So
what's
you
it gonna
Christopher
do?
Columbus, huh?
I'm Christopher Columbus.
That's what you
because I
gonna
do.
adopted
You-
a kangaroo.
'cause-
Yeah.
Columbus.
Adopted?
Yes.
How did
You about to adopt
You
one?
about
So
to
you
kidnap?
missed everything that I just said.
No,
I
you're
said I
about
would
to
adopt. Listen,
You're about to kidnap
Nah,
and force.
I was about
this
to say the
nigga.
first way you put it sound like kidnap.
y'all done?
Where's the adoption agency where you adopt a fucking kangaroo? Where is that at?
I don't know. I'll find out.
No, I don't think they have.
You
one.
find out.
I'm pretty sure
How
they
you
have
talking about it before you found out?
I'm sure Australia has Aussie USPCA where you can go
Next
adopt a
topic,
damn
bro.
kangaroo.
Next
okay?
topic. Next topic.
But
He
this
said
wasn't
a
a topic.
Aussie
This was a
SPCA.
tangent.
Let's get to a topic then.
So let's talk
Aussie
about
SPCA.
Something in the water.
This is
Okay.
getting out of pocket.
So something in the water was definitely. I mean, I don't know how else to categorize it other than phenomenal, fun, sensational.
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. I give it a 10.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
10?
I'll give it a 9.
Because we.
Only reason I give it a 9 is because we missed Friday. So everything, because again, Friday got rained out, so they canceled pretty much all the events that were scheduled for Friday.
How many other concerts have y'all been to?
Concerts or festivals?
Festivals, concert.
I've never been to a festival before. I've been to a few
Oh,
concerts.
okay.
I've been to plenty.
Which ones did you go to?
Made in America, Afropunk,
Okay.
Governor's Ball, Broccoli Fest.
Okay.
I've been to the meccas of them.
And
Except
so
South by
something in the
Southwest.
water
It's better
was
than all of them.
Better.
So,
Okay.
Not even close.
You said it was better than all of them?
Yes, not even close.
Okay.
Not even close. Because a lot of people judge music festivals off just the music, but it's clearly more than that. Like, that's why it's a musical festival. So, and like, something in the water was just that. Like, it felt like an amusement park. It didn't just feel like you had to be present for the music shows, like, because as you know, we skipped half of that shit anyway. So
yeah,
like we watched who we wanted to see, and then we went about our business.
It's just an experience, basically.
Yeah, like, and the rest of them, I had great experiences at all the concerts and music festivals I've ever been to, but nothing matches that. Like the positivity of this one. Yeah, it was just. I seen niggas I don't even like and wanted to dap them niggas up. That's how positive the energy was. Like,
no, that is true, man. I mean, just everything about the event was positive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure there was isolated incidents where, you know, there was arguments or, you know, somebody might have had a fight here and there, but that's with any festival. That's with any event. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's always going to be those things that happen. And as you said, it was more than just a music festival. Like, there were many different things to do. So there was workshops. There was My Creator Park for Adidas, where they basically had a basketball court, which is super dope, by the way. They had the basketball court set up, and you could actually go out there. You could play basketball. You could do shoot arounds, stuff like that. Some of the celebrities
people was running games. It was running like pickup games.
Not full pickup games. It was just like they had like little like skills competitions.
Like
and stuff.
Oh, just like okay, I got you.
Yeah, just little small things like
that.
Like
a little Busch Garden shootout.
Right. And it just economically it was sensational. It was huge for the area because they had local businesses out there like along like under tents and stuff selling food, so that helped, you know, stimulate the food businesses. I mean, the Subway, you said they did what with their sales, like 300%?
They were up like 300% like profit.
Like,
didn't the prices go up on the hotels and stuff around there?
Hotels, Airbnbs, all that stuff.
That whole area,
right? Because, you know, they obviously had the right to up or down their rates depending on, you know, influx of people and stuff like that. So basically because of that, they were doing
people can't necessarily blame that on something in the water strictly because they do that for College Beach Week, period. And it also was College Beach Week at that time. So
exactly.
It just College Beach Week kind of just got pushed out because of something in the water. No one cared. So.
Right, exactly.
That's good. It was helping out businesses regardless.
Right, and the way the event was structured, so everything was public with the exception of the actual Something in the Water specific events where you had to have a wristband to gain entry to. So like the Adidas My Creator Park, that was, you know, Something in the Water access only. You had to have a wristband in order to get in. Same thing with the basketball court. Same thing with the festival grounds, which was cordoned off by metal gates at the beach. So they had metal gates that had people, you know, supervising it. Then you would walk through there. They had metal detectors that you had to walk through. And they had people on the side of the metal detectors just to, you know, in the instance it did go off.
That's kind of a standard now, man. You can't play.
Right, you know, better safe than sorry. So, you know, if it did go off.
Word. We'll be back in a... Oh, my God. We'll be
Well, back to our regularly scheduled programming. I don't know what that sensor was.
False alarm.
Hopefully. I hope it's not carbon monoxide. But anyway, we'll roll right on with it. So what were we talking about? So so they had metal detectors, and when you pass through the metal detector, they had personnel on the other side of the metal detector just to make sure, okay, you know, it did go off. So, you know, empty your pockets, see what's in your pockets that made it possibly go off. And they had a little metal wand to, you know, scan you just to make sure you're good. Then once you walk through there, there's a little turnstile type thing without the turnstile though, and you would just scan your actual bracelet over it. It would light up green, and you just walk through. And then when you leave, there's another similar thing.
It's pretty much you were signing in and signing out of the festival, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Was it possible to be outside the gates and still catch like a part of the show or something like that? Oh yeah,
no, they had people that were in hotels, like on the like overlook, and you could actually see the festival. You could see people perform because on the actual festival stage, they had two screens on the left and on the right. And they had a main screen that was like further back. So like you had the main crowd at the main stage, and then further back, if you were like in the back of the crowd, like where you couldn't see, they had another screen, which was dope. That way, people that, you know, didn't want to get too close or short or, you know, just didn't get the crowd rush, they could still see. what was going on the stage. And then the festival grounds, that's where they had all the food stops. They had like a refillable water station. They had lockers that you could buy and rent. Not buy, but rent. And they had the actual festival merchandise tent there too. So if you wanted to get like shirts, hoodies, long sleeves, whatever the case may be, they were selling those there as well.
Did y'all get some?
I did, yes. Yeah. And they actually they're selling them now online as well. It's actually limited though. It's not like all the stuff that they had. It's just like
it's just like the
something in the water patch, and it's like shirt, hoodie, and long sleeve, crew neck, whatever you want to call it.
It was like a basic design.
Yeah, pretty basic. It's just a circle, something in the water.
It's kind of just for stuff. Like memorabilia and stuff.
Exactly, and on the back they had something in the water. 2019 had like list of performers and stuff like that.
That's cool. You got the year on there too.
Right, definitely. So it was dope, man. I quite enjoyed it, but yeah, man, it was a dope event.
All right, best performance, both of y'all.
I would say Pharrell and Friends, because that was a plethora of performances. That's where Pharrell brought out Missy Elliott. He brought out Jay-Z. Which I should stop there. I was the biggest name out there. But he also brought out Busta Rhymes. He brought out Snoop Dogg.
Diddy. Oh, that's dope.
Diddy. He brought out Tyler the Creator, Uzi. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he had a lot of people out there that were some heavy hitters and that were classics. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of just the amount of star power that was there was insane. Like. And the event was so dope because you could walk around at the event. You could literally run to a celebrity. Like, he chopped it up with Pusha T for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You did.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna lie, I'm jealous, yo.
Yeah.
I wasn't there to play no games. I was there to promote.
I would have been the same way too.
Absolutely.
But just to see him perform would have been even enough for me too.
Yeah. Trinidad James was walking around out there like one of our boys. He got a picture with Trinidad James. He was just out there walking around.
Oh, Trinidad! I forgot all about him.
Smoked the blunt with Trinidad James.
Oh damn! Well, shit. There you go.
That's cool. How was you able to chop it up with Pusha? He was just out there chilling.
He was doing a expo for Red Cameras, and I went to that instead of watching Jhené Aiko perform.
Yeah. So I see why you was over there.
Yeah, I didn't care about Jhené Aiko performing. I'm good.
You didn't care at all. I think she's cool.
Yeah, hey, to each his own. Any type of shit I listen to.
It was dope. I'm pretty positive Jhené Aiko was out there casting spells or some shit. She had a little test on water, and she was sitting there like spinning around and like saying, I don't know what she was saying, but I was like, oh my lord, she was
getting real spiritual. At least the video I saw on your story.
I be good on all that.
She got mad spirit. She is like that though.
Yeah, I was like, yo,
yeah, I be good on all that.
She casting some spells out here, some shit like.
I like.
We about to start levitating.
I like Ferg performance a lot.
Yeah, first performance. Okay, so first performance was super dope because there was like mosh pits out there. So like several mosh pits. Like I was in a mosh pit. Like bro, like they was like, hey, they was like, y'all ready? I was like, ready for what?
Oh wow!
I was like, we about to start moshing, and then like some motherfucker randomly come out of nowhere with a trash can, slams the trash can mud of everybody. I'm like, yo, what is this for? And then
that
like,
ain't
start jumping. I was like, yo,
nah, that ain't me. Man. That ain't my way.
I was like, what's going on? But I saw, hey, I fit in real quick because I was like, all right, well, we
y'all was moshing
around.
Y'all was moshing around trash, like nah.
You didn't have to say it like that. See, now you're making it sound better.
Threw garbage on the floor.
It was garbage can. It was a big ass white garbage can. I don't know
with trash in it or just a garbage can.
There's some stuff in there, yeah. Like bottles and shit.
I also think Chris Brown's performance, though, you can't talk about the event and not mention that performance. That performance was pretty good too.
Yeah. I would say who performed the best. Like you can. There's obviously different ways.
Chris Brown's the best performer out of everybody that was on that stage. I don't care.
And that makes sense to me. That's
right.
Easy.
But like as far as like concert wise and show wise, I would say Pharrell's section was the highlight. You know what I'm saying? As far as star power, most as far as songs that were played, right? Most impactful. I enjoy Pusha T's as well though. Pusha T's was pretty dope too.
I would have loved that, man.
Yeah, Pusha T's was dope, but he performed pretty much all Daytona. Then he like played Don't Like. He played a few songs that he had with Kanye on there as well. Yeah. So I was like, yo, if Kanye walk out on the stage, I'm punching whoever's next to me.
You gonna be tripping for that.
Like, I think he'll be there next year.
I hope so.
I can see that. I mean, he probably got stuff going on, but I could see.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, it was just dope though, and they had a pop-up church service as well, which goes to show just how diverse this event was. Mm-hmm. Like the pop-up church that was open to the public though, so anybody could go to it.
It was one thing that I seen though in like in the Something in the Water like group that's on Facebook, like a suggestion thing. Like people was like, yes, you had obviously music that was geared to hip hop, you had music that was geared to alternative, some slightly rock, but they was like there was really not really any pop music there. And I was like, I mean, it's the first go round, honestly. Like I can see next year like a Maroon 5 being there or Red Hot Chili Peppers or some shit like that. Like, I mean, also niggas gotta realize this man put this shit together after they denied him late last year, like in October when he first pitched it. The festival was denied. Then they approved it in December. So it's like he had literally 3 to 4 months to get this shit together. So just like I'm pretty sure Pharrell was pulling whoever the fuck he can get for this first card. I'm pretty positive that's how that shit went. So
well, what would you say? Like, all right, so you said there was no pop at all.
No, because Gwen Stefani missed Friday. That would have been pop. Most of the pop people that were there were only on Friday. Because Pharrell and Friends was supposed to be a 3. No, hell no.
Not at all.
If
hip-hop is popular music.
Hip hop and pop are 2 different genres of music.
So
I disagree.
Well,
how?
So pop is short for popular, but popular does have
you
its
would
own
put
sound.
You would put Taylor Swift in the same conversation as a hip hop artist?
No,
she's a pop artist.
Just pop?
What else does Taylor Swift do?
She's just country too.
I was about to say,
but she's not hip hop. That's
she's
what I'm saying.
pop.
I didn't say she was hip hop. You said that,
bro. You just said, would I not consider hip hop and pop the same thing?
No, I said, would you not consider hip hop involved in pop?
No.
So what
they're
he's going
2 different cultures.
What he's going based off of is the fact that pop is short for popular. So that's
music.
What it is. Popular.
I get that.
Music.
Yeah.
Now I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I know what he's saying.
Hip hop is not
what you're
pop
saying.
as far because pop does have its own sound.
Yes.
I know. I get what you're saying.
But hip hop has become the most popular genre.
Absolutely. But if we're gonna talk about diversity,
but no, it is not. Hip hop is not pop. It is just.
No, I didn't say it was pop. No, there's definitely a different distinction.
Yeah.
Right.
I was saying there could be. I think there kind of is some like hip hop pop that exists in the genre. Drake, he's one of them.
I wouldn't say that it's hip hop pop. I would say that he crossed over to a pop audience. There's a difference. There's a big difference in that. Like, it's because his hip hop is his hip hop. Like, you have his hip hop, like his diss tracks, The Meek, and all that shit. That's all separated from One Dance and all that shit. That's 2 different artists at the end of the day. Same thing with Nicki. When she's rapping, but then she's doing shit like Starship and shit like that. It's 2 different. They're appeasing to 2 different types of people. Like,
I know what you're saying.
You wouldn't go. She wouldn't perform Starship at the BET Awards. Drake wouldn't perform One Dance at the BET Awards. Like, he would do that shit at like the MTV Awards or some shit like that, depending on the audience that you're gazing to. That's what the people were saying. Like, if you're gonna call this a diverse, like, it's not an issue or nothing like that, but they're saying if you're gonna call it a diverse thing, they feel like every genre of music should be represented at some point. Minus country. No one gives a fuck about country, honestly, except Old Town Road. That was enough country for.
I would say that crossed over too.
So I mean,
to pop.
I mean, that just speaks to the diversity of the artist. However, those songs as a collective were presented in one project. So I believe that there were subgenres. Like, obviously you want to have an overarching genre for that album. So obviously the main genre is hip hop or rap or whatever. But there are subgenres within that album still, which would be your pop songs and stuff like that. But like you said, different crowds and whatnot.
Because you got, for instance, you have your pop fans that if you have, let's say, the Damn album, there's 2 pop album tracks up there, but because it's a hip hop album, they would never know that those tracks are up there because they're like, I'm not listening to hip hop. That's not what I listen to. Until they probably, they got to hear it on the radio or something first, and they be like, oh shit, well, what album is this on? And then it comes to find out that's where it is,
Right.
Yeah.
So like I guess like the people were saying, like a Maroon 5 would have been dope to have, there to represent pop. Even Justin Timberlake, he was supposed to be there. I don't know what happened, but that would have been a nice representation of the pop genre. But I mean, to each his own. But like I said, that was my input on it. Like, he had X amount of time to get this shit together. So I'm sure Pharrell was just like, whoever the fuck I can get is who the fuck I'm gonna get. And he did a very well card, in my opinion. His card is better than both events that went on at the same time,
which was Broccoli Fest, Rolling Loud.
And Rolling Loud didn't happen that weekend, but I think it's next weekend.
Okay.
But as far as promo, they're all in the same season. They're all in the same music festival season. Gotcha. But I think his card is more put together. Broccoli Fest card was just to me minus Gambino. If you take Gambino out of that, I probably wouldn't even look at that fucking car. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you.
I feel that.
Yeah,
I feel that. But I mean, just there was just so much to do, man. Like even if you weren't on the festival grounds, I mean, they had like a Timberland park up. Pop-up park.
Yeah, I think that was open to the just general public, period. I think anybody could have went there.
Well,
I don't think you needed a wristband for it.
I think you did. I mean, we didn't go personally, but I think you did because that area was sectioned off, like it was like gated up and stuff. As was the Sony.
Yeah, I know Sony. You had
Sony
to have
thing they had.
Yeah, you had to have wristband for that because they had actual performances going on that Sony stage. So
right, yeah. So they had the Sony stage out there, and then Friday
I
night.
can already tell the kind of vibe now that it
was dope, man. Like I've never seen so many people in Virginia Beach. I've never seen that many people in one spot in my life. Like it was just a lot of damn people, and just to see it in our hometown area was dope.
I think it capped at 52,000. I think that was like the cap.
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
That's really good.
Yeah, but I mean,
definitely for this area too.
Yeah, there was just so much to do, man. I mean, just lessons learned from it. I would say just for the next year moving forward, anybody's interested in going, I would recommend obviously getting your living arrangements where you're going to be staying at in order first. Traffic was not as bad as people were making it out to be. Like literally, I commuted every single day from my house in Newport News because the way I explained it to everybody is everybody that's going to this event, or majority of them, they are already over there. They're already in Virginia Beach. They're already in Norfolk or surrounding cities. So Norfolk, Chesapeake, they got their hotels, their Airbnbs, whatever the case may be. So they're just going to be traveling over there in that area. So just around that area. Right. And I head to the event grounds like for parking and stuff. I got there like a few hours early. So like 8 or 9. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got there around 8 or 9. Was able to get good parking, $10 for the whole day. You know what I'm saying? Every single day. Cool. So I spent $30 on parking. Whatever I spent in gas, which is significantly less than an Airbnb in a hotel.
Less than the ticket.
Less than the ticket even. You know what I'm saying? Like it was I think that people don't have to stay out there if you don't want to. If you want to, then by all means stay out there. But
and the thing that I figured like it's really sad at the people that were like really hoping for the downfall of this event. Like it was so many of them on my timeline. Like, it's not even just a negative. It was just so many people like. So for instance, Friday it rained. Got rained out.
Oh, the rain. Yeah.
People were just like, oh, hi. Bet y'all wish y'all ain't spend y'all money on something in the water now. Like, what do you gain from that? You look like a bitter bitch. Like, you look stupid. Like,
yeah, no. To anybody that was saying that, y'all could eat a dick.
Yeah, them niggas.
For lack of a better term. But I mean, like, at the end of the day, you know, there's always gonna be people that are haters. There's always gonna be people that want something to fail, and I don't know why people from this area wanted it to fail.
Like, you know so many people took offense to my post that I put up when I said, if you consider yourself an entrepreneur in this city and you weren't at something in the water, you missed out on a lot of gems. That's not me saying you should have been here, you should have did that. All I said was you missed out on a lot of fucking gems that could have helped your bum ass with your business. Mm-hmm. That's all the fuck I said. But the ones who felt some type of way about it let me know you feel some type of way. Like you didn't have to comment on my post. Right. Could have kept your fucking ass pushing, but you decided to stop and say what you felt you needed to say. Because you felt like $200, $250 was too much for an opportunity for you to pitch your idea to Pharrell. Like what a lot of people don't know, 4 people got $15,000 of startup money for their businesses just from pitching their ideas to Pharrell during his TED Talk. This nigga wrote 4 checks of $15,000 to 4 people from this city just to start up their business. Like your bum ass should have been there and pitched your business. Like, but no, you want to be at home on Instagram all fucking day doing hashtags and shit that don't fucking work, looking fucking stupid. Like, I'm sick of these fucking niggas around here.
No, I feel that. And speaking of which, so I actually got selected randomly out of 10 people to actually meet Pharrell. But I guess he wasn't feeling no more. It fell through. Yeah, so unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet Pharrell.
I know you was feeling some type of way.
I was a little tight. Especially
you had to be.
I was waiting around for it, too. Like, I was waiting around. He's like, hey, I'm a let y'all know when. I'm like, okay, but where are you going to let us know? Because I'm going to be over here, so how are you going to let me know? You know
not even off of the fact that you like trying to tell him about the podcast and stuff you got going on.
That's exactly why.
Like, just on for that?
Yeah. I mean, it would have been dope to meet him. Absolutely.
I would say just a conversation alone would have been dope as hell.
Absolutely.
And plus, of course you would do your thing.
Right.
With that.
I let him know, like,
I would
hey,
too.
You know, I'm local. I got a podcast. Want to see if you or anybody that you know of would be willing to do an interview, or if you could just check it out. You know, I give my business card, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? That's because the main purpose of me going to something in the water was for marketing. Because I know there's going to be celebrities there, and there's going to be a lot of big names. So I want to make sure I market my brand to make sure that it gets the exposure that it needs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just that way, more people can hear what we're talking about. They can hear our messages and stuff like that. Because we do have some gems up here, in my opinion. You know, not to be conceited, but I feel like we do talk a lot of good things that people could gain something from. And plus, it's in that area. You know what I'm saying? We don't have major platforms out here in the 757 as far as media is concerned that I know of, at least. You know
at least what I'm aware of.
That could be my ignorance too, but you know, I just think that as a whole, the event was dope. Definitely bring sunscreen because we got cooked.
I'm doing VIP next year.
I would say, did you get fucked up by it too?
Yeah, but I'm dark skinned, so you can't really tell as much as on the lighter skinned people.
Yeah, you can see discoloration on my nose.
So y'all didn't have no sunscreen. Y'all was like, cool.
Nope. Went out there raw faced.
That shit for white people. I don't believe in that shit.
I mean, that's good for everybody, but
it's good for the skin.
I feel like when you're dark, the melanin is good for me. So
that's what white people say about getting ashy. They be like, we don't get ashy. They skin be flaking like.
I don't think that had nothing to do with melanin, but
what?
With white people being ashy, I don't think.
I said that's how white people be feeling
about ashy
too.
white people. Did you say that?
Yeah. I said that's how they. I said that's how they be talking too, where they be like, "Oh yeah, I don't believe white people get ashy."
But that's a misproven fact.
Oh.
Like
I know.
We know white people get ashy. Like
okay,
but black people get skin cancer from the sun. What you mean?
Anyway,
now are you sure about that? I think Dr. Sebi would tell you otherwise. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there.
Will he?
I mean, obviously not now. He wouldn't. But
would he have?
Yeah.
Was that in his studies that black people don't get skin cancer from the sun?
Could have been.
Could have been, or was it?
I don't read, so I wouldn't know.
All right. So moving forward.
Thank you.
Yeah, Something Noir was dope though. I definitely recommend checking it out. All right. What are you talking to?
You just said moving forward, and then we backtracked. So
I was recapping because we just went on a fucking tangent.
See, I said my bad.
Oh,
now I want attention.
I said we went on a tangent. Listen, man.
Hey,
you ain't been listening all day all night.
Come on. All night? It's tomorrow now. Like, nigga, it's today.
All morning, all whatever you want to call
it. It's today.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it's fucking 3:58. Yeah,
it's 4 a.m. in the morning. No, round that shit up. It's 4 a.m.
It's 4 a.m. We had a late start.
Y'all a little feisty,
Hey, man.
I'm tired. That's what I am.
Yeah, he's a little irate, but it's all good. So moving forward, let's talk about Infinity War. No, fuck. I keep calling it Infinity War. Endgame.
Hey, I was like, you really recapping, huh?
Nah, you're right. Speaking of last time on Infinity War. Nah, so Endgame, what's y'all's opinion? Starting with you since you just saw it tonight. What was your opinion on it?
Overall, like
yeah.
1 out of 10 or something like that, or you mean just how I felt about
the movie?
I thought it was, obviously, I thought it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Infinity War was funnier.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it had a lot more funnier moments, but it still was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff caught me off guard a little bit.
Like what?
Honestly, the ending, the very end.
That caught y'all niggas by surprise?
It did. I mean, I don't mean on the whole result of it. I mean the way it happened. I did think that snap. I didn't know that he caught the stones off of it.
You could talk spoilers up here. If anybody's listening to this, they haven't seen the movie by now. That's their fault. And I'm gonna put disclaimer in the description anyway.
Yeah, so I hope so.
They'll know. But
we talking about it. We got to.
First of all, fuck this movie, man. You gonna kill Tony Stark, bro? Nah, I'm sick of this, man. You gonna kill Iron Man? Nah,
I'm not that mad about it.
I'm pissed.
First off, I'm mad at Ant because he said that Infinity War was funnier. The movie is called Endgame, nigga. You should have known there was about to be no comedy in this shit.
I mean, there was comedy, but
somebody about to die,
They did try
nigga.
to play off some of those parts. So I just thought they didn't hit like that. That's all.
I mean, I thought it was pretty.
I didn't expect it to be a funny movie.
I mean, the whole premise of Endgame is revenge. Like that's what everybody showed up to this theater looking for, was for Thanos to die. And then when he died initially, he was like, okay, cool. Like I still don't feel better, but at least he's dead. Just to find out that, we can go back in time and we can actually fix everything. Well, for the most part, fix everything.
No, they fixed everything.
But also the fact
I feel like life is how it should be now.
The play off the name Endgame could have also been a trick in the sense that they could have made Thanos successful in a sense and then played off to another movie. Possibly.
So
it could have if they wanted to.
I mean, yeah, but then you'd be deviating from,
I think it would have been too much to do that too.
Be deviating from the comics and stuff, and that's not to say it's followed the trend of comics. Obviously,
it's a move.
And also, nigga should have known Tony Stark was dying because this nigga made it very clear that he was not renewing with Marvel. Nigga should have seen that shit coming months ago.
That gave it away. Look,
if people look that deep into it, man,
to go, he had to go. He had to. It started with him. Wasn't renewed. Not because of that. Because it started with this nigga, and it has to end with this nigga. It had to.
What started with him?
The whole shit.
Oh yeah, the whole shit. What are you talking about?
Everything. Did Iron Man not fucking start the Avengers?
No.
Who started it?
Captain America started the Avengers. Iron Man was the first Marvel movie.
Okay,
they got Marvel
therefore,
jumped up and going. Yes.
Therefore, Iron Man was the first fucking hero. So therefore, he started all this fucking shit.
No, he wasn't the first hero.
He was the first hero.
We act like Captain America didn't get created back in 1945.
First of all, I never watched Captain America movies, so I don't give a fuck when he was created.
See?
What I'm going off.
So how you qualified to speak
Tony
about
Stark.
this then?
I seen Endgame, did I not? I seen Tony Stark.
You ain't seen none of the other movies.
Don't matter. It don't fucking matter. It don't fucking matter. As far as I know of, I seen Tony Stark save Captain America's ass more times than Captain America saved his ass. As far as I'm concerned. Now, is that true or false?
You talking about in Endgame?
In any fucking game. In any movie that these niggas is in the movies together, Iron Man was the nigga that saved every fucking thing. Every time.
If you remember Age of Ultron, he's the one that actually started the issue in the first place, but I digress.
You said what?
So Age of Ultron, he started that issue with Ultron. He's the one that created Ultron, basically, which then gave us Vision, but which actually ended up being an Infinity Stone, the Mind Stone. But
so which ultimately ended up saving niggas' asses in the end. So like,
the Mind Stone saved everyone's ass.
I mean, they needed it, did they not?
It was one of the things. Yes.
Okay, so without it, then they wouldn't have been able to go back in time. All of that shit.
But
so
he didn't create the Mind Stone.
He didn't have to create it. He made it accessible for niggas. So at the end of the day, Tony Stark been saving niggas' asses forever. And he saved these niggas' asses again. And unfortunately, he had to sacrifice his fucking self. Oh, well. It happened. It made for a great fucking movie. If Captain America would have died, the movie probably would have been 7 out of 10 for me.
Captain America's dead.
Okay, but if he was the main death, if everybody was crying over this,
I was about to say he's not dead.
He's not dead, but he's basically dead.
Like, he's sooner than later.
He's just an older nigga.
Very soon.
He's just an old nigga.
He morphed into Stan Lee.
Anybody else body that would have been laying there,
he was ready to
go.
Liver
spots.
Anybody else body that would have been laying there would not have done any fucking justice at all.
What? Did y'all see that coming? Did y'all see that coming with Captain America? In the movie before you saw it?
No. You talking about him like saying in the past and coming back as an old man? No, I didn't see that.
I don't think anybody researched Captain America's Endgame, honestly. I don't think anyone cared.
No.
About that? About him passing?
About anything. I don't think anybody cared about Captain America.
I don't know that happened in the comics though. But
the passing down the shield thing?
No. Well, I seen that coming.
Are you talking about passing the shield or him staying in the past?
Well, both is combined in the movie.
I can promise you.
I can promise you. If he gives him, if they recreate Captain America and they make it that motherfucker, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. He's the worst dude. He's the worst possible option that you could have gave the shield to.
I do agree with that because he could have gave it to the Winter Soldier. He could have gave it to
Bucky, like in the comics where he passed on to Bucky. Bucky took over as Captain America. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But just him, like for one, I don't think he's a good actor. Okay,
yeah,
let's just say that right now. Two. His head, like I've never seen.
I don't think he's a good Marvel actor.
You know how Long said, like, homeboy last week had a pinched face. His face pinches downwards, like his face, like
you talking about aesthetics.
Like,
I don't think I agree with you.
Aggravates me.
I don't think he's a good Marvel actor. His other body of work is a little bit better.
I was say that's where I was leaning towards. I was like, maybe just not in the Marvel,
like other movies that he's been in.
What I was thinking about what
movie was he a good actor in?
The basketball movie he was in. I don't remember the name.
I don't remember the names.
Huh? All he had to do was ball next.
No, he did not. It was more going on in that fucking movie. There was hood shit going on. Lines. He had to fight niggas. He was the star of the fucking movie. Don't disrespect.
He's on some Michael B. Jordan shit.
He was before Michael B. Jordan. He was
Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan. He don't have a lot of lines in his movies. He'll say like 10 lines. And then it'll go to the next.
But that's not the same thing with him. He was the star of that movie that he was in, and he had more than 10 lines.
Michael B. Jordan, he take a shirt off, he flex, he grunt a little bit, he say like one-liners, and then The next person.
What does that have to do?
You think he's not convincing as an actor?
He's likely that's what he is.
But he's like. Not though.
So you're saying like he
Go
doesn't
watch some
play
of his movies.
He doesn't play his role well.
Who? The dude that we're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know his name. I don't know his name.
I don't know his name.
Let's just go. Okay, so we shouldn't be having this conversation right now.
But I still have seen plenty of his fucking movies.
As far as we know, he doesn't have a name.
His movies. I don't even know the name.
Yeah, I just don't know his name.
So that goes.
You kind of making me like we shouldn't talk about it.
He's not a good actor. You can't.
That doesn't.
That's not true. Because
I'm not good at names.
I didn't know Robert Downey Jr.'s name until Civil War. So that's. I was gonna say
I'm not good.
And he's a great actor. I just didn't know his fucking name.
I can meet people the first day and I don't remember.
What movie did you see prior to Civil War that had Robert Downey Jr. in it?
Iron Man? Like, what are you talking about?
You told me you didn't watch any of the Iron Man.
I didn't watch the third Iron Man. I watched Iron Man 1 and 2. Like, what are we talking about?
You know who he was.
And then let's go to another one. I didn't know who the fuck Johnny Depp was. I didn't know his fucking name. And he's a fucking great actor.
That's because you didn't even know who Johnny Depp is in all the damn movies.
It don't fucking matter. His name is still in the credits. Like,
that's true, but you know who it is though. At the end of the day, when you look up,
I know who it is now. I didn't know who it was then.
Because
I'm like that too. With actors, I'm like that a lot. I don't remember names like that. I know faces better than names.
If they're a good actor and the movie's good, I'll look up who the actor is. That's just me.
I don't do that. Yeah, that's just me too.
I don't do that because I want to know what other.
I don't look it
up. I want to know what other movies they played in, because if they did good in this movie, I would imagine that they're in other movies that are
like,
good that would be worth my time to watch.
I go off the premise of the movie.
The only reason why I looked up Michael B. Jordan from Fruitvale Station is because I'm like, damn, this nigga look fucking familiar. I'm like, this nigga could be my fucking family member. That's how familiar this nigga look.
You said Michael B.?
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan. I didn't know this nigga's name, but I looked him up, and then it just turns out he looks familiar because he was on The Wire. And that's how I learned that nigga's name. I didn't know who the fuck that nigga was. I just thought he was a light-skinned nigga that had a Compton fucking accent. As far as I was concerned in the movie, I didn't know his fucking name. Freedom Riders is probably one of the greatest movies I ever seen. I can't tell you not one actor name in that fucking bitch. I feel like everybody acted great. I don't know.
So it's a bunch of actors that I know like what they look like, but there's some I don't know their names.
Mm-hmm. And these are mostly black people, like, because I don't really watch too many white movies. So you know what I'm saying. So it's just all black people. To me, I give black actors names for myself. Like, bitch, if you look like a Juanita, then hey, that's just who the fuck you
are. Or
I
just say it off the character they play. Like, that janitor dude, whatever. Just
like, y'all niggas ain't see Reggie, like. Who the fuck
is Reggie? You call him the name,
like,
character. Yeah,
you watch the movie, but you didn't know this nigga's name. Like, hey,
like the dude in Walking Dead, Rick. I know him as Rick.
Yeah, I don't know Rick's real name. And I'm a Walking Dead fucking fanatic, and Daryl is my favorite character of the whole shit, and I can't tell you his real name.
Bro, I didn't even find out that he was British or something.
Yeah, he's not from here.
Yeah, I didn't even know until they did that. They did the after the show, the after show. Like after the show, they showed that, and then they like do little interviews and conversation with them about the premise.
Yeah, what's T'Challa's real name? I don't know.
That's just me though.
Fuck! Because I literally just.
You gotta look it up.
Yeah.
Nah, I know what it is. I literally just had a conversation about it.
I don't know Michonne's name. Like, and she's in Black Panther as well. Who? Don't know her name.
It should be alright.
Don't piss me the fuck off. Don't piss me the fuck off.
Should be alright.
That's what the fuck you about to do. You know what? Let's go to the next topic. I don't even want to talk about this shit no more.
Hey, man.
Iron Man's fucking dead. That's all that fucking matters.
No, see, he's trying to be cute. He's trying to hurt my feelings or some shit.
I'm not trying to.
You really beat up about that?
What the fuck happened?
Hmm?
You really beat up about that? Your favorite number one?
Yeah.
Iron Man?
Who else is better?
I mean, that's subjective, but
let's talk about it. Who's better?
I mean, it's subjective.
It is subjective. So who to you is better?
Better than Iron Man?
Mm-hmm.
That's another fucking question. Before you answer his, you about to piss me the fuck off.
You said ask another
This nigga
question?
and said, who is better than Iron Man? Like, yes, nigga. Like, that's the fuck.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that either. You right.
You want some?
I don't know why.
Shit? Like,
he said, who?
Because now I had to literally think about who was my number one favorite.
Are we talking just Avengers or all of Marvel period?
Marvel period, okay.
Well, that has, a movie right now, I guess. Well, I mean, fuck it. It's Marvel period. X-Men, if you want, whoever.
I used to guiltily like Cyclops, but this nigga got faded a little bit too much. So I'm just like, you know what?
Cyclops.
I don't even think I
Cyclops
like
is the Marvel equivalent of Yamcha.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that nigga started.
Like he
just look cool.
He
like,
show up and you think he about to fuck something up. Like
yeah,
in Dragon
like,
Ball, like
then he just fuck a building up. Like nigga, what does this building do? Like
then he get faded.
You know who I do like though? He's in the newer X-Men films though. Was it? I think it's Quicksilver. I think.
Yeah,
I do like his character, like in the newer movies. I think it's dope what they're doing with him. Hopefully, he gets his own movie soon.
I'll tell you, my favorite character. I guess that's maybe my number one, but it might not be better than Iron Man.
Who is it?
The Hulk.
Oh, yeah,
there's a reason why. There's a reason why. Yeah, I know it. Look, I know it. There's a reason why though.
He was absent all of Infinity War.
I think Groot is better than fucking the Hulk at this point.
I know. I get it. I'm not defending. I'm just saying there's a reason why. Like personally,
would you look like this nigga? Like, would you like? What's the reason? I just want to hear it. I just want to hear the reason.
I mean, I relate to it a little bit.
Oh, never mind. It's understandable because the whole like that whole shit is understandable. I get it.
I had anger issues when I was younger.
I get it. That makes sense. It makes sense. No, that makes sense.
They about to come out now.
I see.
I've learned how to control myself. I've learned how to control myself. I matured a lot. But when I was immature, I used to let my anger just do whatever. Mm-hmm. So I was a little out of control.
Okay. No, that makes
I know
sense.
it sounds corny, but for real, that's why I like the Hulk. When I watch the movies and stuff like that, I liked it.
Oh, you think it's you?
You like it, I love it.
I didn't think it was me.
Hey.
I saw related to it.
Hey man, that's what's up. But so moving on.
I shouldn't even have said that.
Bro, relax.
I think Thor is my favorite though, for the record.
Thor?
Thor?
I think so.
I can see that.
What's the reason why? Is there a reason, or you like the movies and stuff, the comics?
I just think that
like
Thor
in the Marvel universe, like as far as like comics and like just character background, or just like for the movie aspect, like the actor.
Comics, I don't be into that shit.
Okay,
so.
I don't either.
But I don't know, just Thor. It's just like Thor, just like he'll laugh with you, he'll joke with you, but he'll fuck you up too. So it's like I kind of like that.
You relate to that?
Nah, because I'm not gonna laugh and joke with you if I feel like I gotta fuck you up. So I'm not finna do all that. But nah, he's just a cool guy, I guess.
I was you don't seem that convinced that that's your favorite. You just I do. Yeah, he cool.
Well, Groot is actually my favorite. I just fuck with Groot.
Groot, okay.
But if we're gonna be realistically talking, I would say Thor. Because Groot ain't about to fade
Groot's
nobody.
not even like a Pokemon.
Why Groot? Why Groot though? I want to know why.
Like he's not even like a Pokemon. Like Pikachu. Like he Pika P. Groot only says I am Groot. He doesn't say any other variants of anything. He doesn't say
why you like Groot though?
So like if he's saying
Groot just the most hated nigga out of everybody, like for no reason. Yeah.
If he says yes or no,
relate to that?
Yeah.
If he says yes or no,
I'm not the only one. There you go. I want to.
I'm talking directly to him, and he's like still looking at you, talking to you.
Because I was trying to get to that answer. Sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway. So as I was saying, if Groot says yes or no, he's literally saying I am Groot.
I see that. Yeah.
If he says I'm hungry and I'd like to go for a walk later at the beach, he says I am Groot.
And you heard what Thor said, nigga. He learned how to speak Groot in college, nigga. So like obviously it's a thing.
It's a goddamn.
Was
joke.
it? Do they got a movie with this nigga going to college? You don't know what the fuck he studied in college. Yo, moving on, because I'm not finna do this.
Do they have college in Asgard?
I don't know. Do they? I've never been.
I don't know. We never seen it in the movie, so
exactly.
How do you know?
So you don't know if it was a joke or not.
I already understand because he explained why he liked him.
Yeah, moving on.
I already understand.
Come on, what we doing next? Playoffs?
Nah, we talk about Game of Thrones, baby.
All right, well, come on with it.
Hey. I know you can't talk about it, but we have to talk about this, bro.
I don't care. Go
ahead. Before you say anything, let me explain something to these dumbass motherfuckers that's out here that got this stupid shit to say about the shit being dark. Y'all some stupid motherfuckers. Have y'all ever seen them niggas turn on any fucking light switch in fucking Game of Thrones? No, they don't have fucking lights, nigga. They got candles. So therefore, it's gonna be fucking dark on a winter fucking night. What the hell do y'all expect? Yes, they said it was too dark. They couldn't see what was going on. In real life, if you was getting faded, nigga,
on imaginary lights in the nighttime.
If you was getting faded on a winter fucking night, you think you gonna see every fucking thing that's coming to you?
I think that's
right.
I think that's the worst. Like if you were to do like I heard about this Viking movie where they had him put his feet up and he had like rubber bottoms on the bottom of his sandals. And it was like, that's not realistic.
Listen.
He had little grooves and stuff in the rubber bottoms. Like, it's not realistic. That killed. Like, some people roast the crap out of it. Like, I hate that movie now.
Niggas was
because it's
really
not
like,
realistic.
The only time we can see is when the dragons was spitting fire. Well, bitch, if you was really there, that would be the only time your dumb ass could see too.
I respect that a lot.
Like, what you want these niggas to fake this shit and be like, oh, let's make sure we got all these studio lights in right
that
here,
would
nigga.
bother. That would fuck it up for me
Me
mentally. I'm
off.
not dumb enough to know like this fucking imaginary lights popping up in the night.
Right, it's no sun.
Right.
It's nothing going on. Like, it's fuck these dumbass niggas. They don't appreciate.
Who was saying
shit.
that? You need to delete them off the Facebook or something.
Alex.
There's whole
fuck
Alex.
I name drop out this bitch.
Ooh,
there was whole articles posted.
She getting really tight.
The articles weren't agreeing with the notion, but they were reporting on the notion that multiple people were saying this. So I mean, obviously, we have people on our friends list that have said that, but I mean, I thought it was dope. I
thought it did exactly what it was supposed to do,
and it also added to the idea that you're fighting an unknown enemy for a lot of them. All of them, the enemy's unknown, and then actually seeing the enemy come out of the dark just adds to what they would be feeling and how you would feel if you were in their shoes, because you'd be like, oh shit, this is a zombie skeleton thing that I'm fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the dark.
And these niggas got dragons.
They zombies. They got zombies.
They didn't know about that yet, though. The only people that really knew, because if you think about it, the only people that saw the dragon was Daenerys and Jon, because they were fighting this motherfucker up in the sky. True. But let me tell you, bro, when the Red Witch like ignited all the Dothraki swords and it was like all this fire, I was like, oh yeah, they about to go in, right? They ride off into the horizon, right? Because it's just a black screen that you see. You see them riding off into the horizon, right? And you see the lights start to dim one by one, like the lights just start going out.
Niggas was getting faded,
and then then like it's just pitch black, and you see horses coming back, and then you see like the general that was leading them, I forgot his name, but he rode back like retreating.
That's a key
and you're just
scene.
like, yo,
it's
like they got fucked up.
Yeah, that's it.
And then all you see is you just hear screams, and then you just see like this darkness moving towards you, and then you see the actual enemies coming out of the darkness and clashing with everybody. Dope. Like it was insane.
So they kill graphics and all that. They kill it on there.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard.
Absolutely.
That but I haven't
probably
seen it.
It's one of the most beautiful cinematic.
Yeah, I was about to say
to
me, probably out of everything I've watched since I've had the videography mind, it's probably number 2 best cinematically things that I've ever seen on television.
That's convincing enough for me.
That's number 1.
If you saying number 1,
niggas gonna laugh at it honestly because it's not like Game of Thrones, but to me, cinematically, Empire is the most beautiful shit I've ever seen. How they shoot their angles, like their pans out. It's cinematically beautiful, and it matches the aesthetic perfectly. Like everything is hella dramatic, like. But then when it's not dramatic and it's happy, they have like a certain pan that they do when it's a happy moment. But then when it's dramatic, the whole pan scheme changes. Like, so it's just, you could tell that Lee Daniels put a lot of thought into his shot list and what he wants to. Yeah, the artistry in it. You could tell it's not like some shit just like thrown in there and shit.
I haven't seen it, so I can't speak to it, so I'll take your word on it.
It's pretty dope.
But yeah, so I mean, it was just seeing everything unfold. Like, this is probably the most nervous I've been watching
Fuck all the bullshit. Skip to the good shit.
I'm getting there, man. So, the army's fighting. The army of darkness, the White Walkers are fighting against the living, which is the people that are in Winterfell is what it's called, right? Yeah. So they're in Winterfell. They're fighting against these guys. Dragons are coming down doing like napalm sweeps. Basically,
them niggas
like
OD.
Just fucking blowing fire when they come.
2 dragons. So there's 2 dragons. Jon and Daenerys are flying both the dragons, and then the 3rd dragon got killed by the Night King, and the Night King has the 3rd dragon because he resurrected it. The Night King has the ability to resurrect people that have died or things.
Well, y'all just sit here and just explain Game of Thrones. That shit sounds so dope.
I'm telling you, watch it. So the Night King's like flying up in the sky somewhere. And let's talk about Bronn, because Bronn was like, I'll be back, and rolled his eyes in the back of his head.
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Turning he warged into some birds, and the birds are flying up to the Night King. I'm like, so what? You just spent the whole episode flying around and shit? Like, what did you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was interesting. And then when the army started retreating, so the army living started retreating back into Winterfell, and the White Walkers actually went through and broke through the door to get in. Like, the giant broke the door down and slapped the shit out of this little girl, bro. He said,
Oh, backhand.
Yes, bro. He's like, I had never seen a pimp slap so strong, bro. He faded the hell out of her, bro. So she killed him though. I was proud of her, man.
She got killed, but
she got killed, but she took him with her. He grabbed her and like started crushing her.
Falling off of one.
And then she pulled out a sword, stabbed him in the eye. He died, but she died too. Mutual exchange, but
I ain't mad at it.
Nah, it was dope. She definitely held it down though.
She had to go.
I was about to say the fighting scenes. What would you like compare it to? Like, is it like realistic fighting or is it very?
Yeah, it's realistic. They're not like casting spells and doing nothing.
Like
crazy.
that pimp smack. It wasn't like she just jumped up in the air and flew back like a mile away.
She was standing there and she just went straight to the ground. He was running and he slapped her out of the way like while he was running. So she just went flying.
She just slid over to the side, or she just jumped?
She flew like literally like her body was
like
lifted
a giant.
up.
This is literally like probably a 9-year-old girl.
When I say giant, I'm talking like literally like 15, 16 feet.
Oh,
tall.
Okay. No. Yeah.
Like that's what I mean by giant. I don't mean like a 7-foot person. Yeah,
I got
literally
you.
a giant.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
Right. So yeah, he like literally faded her. Yeah, she went flying. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. But and then I think probably my most favorite part was when Jon and Daenerys were fighting the Night King in the sky, and then afterwards, like Jon's dragon falls because it got like his chest gouged open by the other dragon and stuff. Don't know if it's dead or not, but you know Jon falls off, and then he finds the Night King because Night King got knocked off too, and then he goes to like fight the Night King, but Daenerys pops up in front of him and like lights him on fire, and like the fire like dissipates, and you see him standing in the flames. He just look up at her, it's like it just smiles like, "Oh, you thought it was gonna work, bitch?" Like, so the reason why I think that is though, is because Targaryens can't die from fire. So I think the Night King is a Targaryen.
Right.
He was a Targaryen when he was alive. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why the fire had no effect on him.
Right.
But not only that, if you remember towards the end when the undead dragon was about to, you know, burn Jon, and he was like standing there yelling at it, theoretically he shouldn't have got burned because he's Targaryen. So I think that would have been dope to see. And then the cherry on top, motherfucking Arya Stark, man. Yo.
Yeah, she fucked them niggas up.
That joke was crazy. Now, it was dope seeing the character development of Arya in this episode alone because, you know, at first she was like, you know, asking all these questions. What do they look like? How do they fight? You know, all these things where she's inquiring, basically trying to gauge their skill because she knows what her skill is. She knows she could fuck them up. So she's trying to see what's going on. And then when she actually encounters them, she's killing some of them. She's doing her thing. And then she starts to get overran. And then it goes to a scene where she's like in a hallway running from them and trying to sneak around them because she actually starts to develop a fear. She's like this shit is real. Like, I don't stand a chance against all of these enemies. You know what I'm saying? So they start chasing her through the hallways and stuff, and you just kind of see the development of, or progression, I should say, of fear of actually who the White Walkers are as a whole. But she pops up in the end because the Night King ends up finding his way back to kill Bronn, which is the guy that the Night King's been after the whole time. He's called the Three-Eyed Raven. The Three-Eyed Raven is basically like a psyche / almost omniscient being where he can go into the past. He can see past events that have happened, and he can kind of affect events in the future based off of the past. So he can change things in the past to an extent to alter the future a little bit. So the White King's walking up on him, and he's getting ready to take out his sword, and in the background you see Arya jumping to like stab him. So he turns around, grabs her by the neck, and is holding her hand that has a dagger, but she drops the dagger out of that hand, catches it with the other hand, and stabs him. I was like, yo. And then when
that's just some simple ass, clever ass shit. Right
it was dope though. Like it was just like it was crazy. Like just seeing everything happen and seeing because the knife.
I think it also built the suspense because it was like you knew in this episode nobody's safe.
Right.
So it was like, damn, is this really how she about to go out? Because I was pissed. I told these niggas I'm about to walk the fuck out. Like I'm not about to watch her die. Like she's equivalent to Daryl to me. And Walking Dead. So, and once Daryl's gone, I'm never watching Walking Dead again.
That's what I was saying. That's how Walking Dead like was really building this hype because it had stuff like that. It had scenes. Definitely, you got to the end of the season where and season episode 3 is not the end of the season, but even in Walking Dead, when you got near the end of the season, you knew it was time that somebody might go, and you didn't know who. Sometimes
I wish I could. Never mind, because y'all don't watch Walking Dead, but it's all good.
I don't watch it anymore.
I stopped at season 7, so
cool.
Yeah,
I know enough.
There's some stuff going on.
the ending of this last season was just ridiculous.
They killing it.
It's great to me. I love the fact that the original writers are back on it. So
that might be good enough because I love the stuff they had before.
Pretty much what they did, and to end this season, any nigga that had character development that you've watched grow into leaders, killed all of them, all 12 of them. Okay, and put their head on stakes.
Rest in peace.
So niggas can look at them.
Back to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, back to Game of Thrones.
Okay, yeah.
So the knife that Arya killed the Night King with was the same knife that Bronn, the guy that the Night King was trying to kill, that he was about to kill, he gave that knife to Arya at that same exact location in season 7. So just everything came around full swing, kind of, where you got to see, oh shit, that's what it was for. That's why he gave it to her, because he knew that she was capable of killing the Night King.
So now watching, like, knowing what we know and watching other shows, and you know how the shows can go at times. Do you think that was Arya's moment for the season?
Yeah, I think now
she's gonna get
people
killed
should
off.
be worried about her dying.
I agree.
Because now I did see this theory that somebody was saying that Jaime probably is going to die. But Arya, since she has, studied under the many-faced god or whatever, is going to take Jaime's face and is actually going to kill Cersei as Jaime.
I could see that.
So that's something that I heard, but obviously, nobody really knows. It's the theory, but
I could see that.
No, I could definitely see it happening. But I think she's on the chopping block now because she's had her moment now.
Yeah, I think a lot of niggas on the chopping block. I think
I don't know though. With that logic though, Jon has been on the chopping block for a long time.
I mean, they killed this nigga. He came back. So, I mean, you can't really put a nigga on the chopping block twice. Like, I mean, you can, but you can't. Hey. Like, damn, we killed this nigga fully, and this nigga came back. Like, 20 niggas stabbed this nigga. Like, and this nigga still came back. Like,
everybody stabbed Long Live the King.
Yeah, word. Long Live the King. Like,
hey, nigga, I ain't want to do this to you, but Long Live the King.
Right, like.
You know what I'm saying? So.
That nigga came back and said, hang all these niggas. I'm like, oh my Lord.
Even the boy.
Nigga said, fuck these niggas. He said, oh, you non-nigga, die. I'm like, oh my Jesus.
You stab me like a grown man, you could die like a grown man.
Facts. I was about to stop watching it though. When I got to that point and Jon Snow died, I'm like, what is the point? Like, what the fuck am I about to watch this dumb shit for? Like,
yeah, sure.
But then like 2 episodes later, this nigga came back. I was like, oh yeah. It was like 4:30 a.m. And I was like, I don't give a fuck if Sherm up or not. I'm about to wake this nigga the fuck up.
No, I remember that too.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, you ain't tell me, nigga. Like,
I don't want to ruin it for you, man.
Nah, if you would have told me, I probably wouldn't have watched nothing else. Like, honestly,
there you go.
I would have been like, fuck this. You gonna spoil one of the best parts.
But yeah, no, this week's episode of Game of Thrones is dope. We'll be back next week to talk about the next episode, which is gonna be them descending upon Cersei and her army in the south. So.
They're gonna take another major, like a tier A nigga very soon though. Like
next episode. Yeah, I guarantee it.
Like a Jon Snow sister or one of these
Sansa
niggas
could die, honestly.
Yeah, she's gonna
I'm sick
go.
Of her.
Or Tyrion. One of them type of niggas is gonna go.
Yeah.
Between the next 2 episodes. They have to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely so. Yeah, man. Game of Thrones is dope. Avengers was dope. Something in the Water was dope. It's been a dope week, man. I have no complaints. I would do it all over again.
It was a good week.
Absolutely. So, speaking of good weeks, let's move on to the playoffs, man. Let's talk about that. So far, our predictions that we made 2 weeks ago have been, I don't want to say off. I mean, it was off with the OKC prediction because we thought OKC was going to be able to, give Portland a run for their money. Because, I mean, on paper, OKC is a better team. Portland lost Joseph Nurkic. They lost their main center. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're a good backcourt. They have a very strong backcourt in Lillard and McCollum, but
it's not enough for this league no more.
Right, just 2 players. I mean, you typically would need a big 3, and their third was Nurkic. So without that, we were like, oh well, we'll see what happens. But they fucking did it. they knocked them out in 5 games.
I was telling you in that episode that it definitely was possible for sure. It wasn't. I was saying that it wasn't that unlikely that could happen regardless.
I knew that OKC was losing after they won their first game. That's when I knew the series was over. When them niggas was taunting and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, you don't taunt no nigga like Dame Lillard, bro.
No, definitely.
You just don't do it. Like it's only certain niggas in the league that is like that. Like you don't taunt Michael Jordan, you don't taunt Kobe Bryant, and in this day and age, I just feel like you just don't taunt Dame Lillard. Like
LeBron James too. You remember what happened?
Yeah,
when Klay Thompson was like, hey,
I agree.
LeBron has some of that too.
LeBron has it though, but LeBron is kind of like when I feel like fucking these niggas up. Like with Damian Lillard, it's like I have to fuck these niggas up.
Yeah, he's kind of a lot more motivated.
Yeah, because he don't have no ring, he don't have nothing. Like LeBron, it's like I've proven myself. I've done what I need to do.
Yeah, him just being who he is.
Yeah,
proof.
so you know what I'm saying. Same.
But
I feel
Dame
like,
got to be like, hey, I'm gonna shut you up now.
No facts. I feel like niggas like Steph is starting to develop that same thing. Like I'm a proven player in this league now. I don't have to go out and drop 50 points every night to solidify my game anymore. Same thing with KD.
Well,
same thing.
Not only
Clay.
that. Well, no, that I would disagree with KD. I mean, KD. I mean, he proved. I mean, he's proven it again because KD, you know, after they were losing to the Clippers, not losing, they were never down to the Clippers. But when they dropped that game,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
They dropped two. Right?
They dropped two. Yeah, my bad. So when they dropped the second game, you know, KD was like, "Hey, y'all know who I am. Y'all know I'm KD." And they went out there and went on to average 40 points for the rest of the series.
Though, I feel like KD's starting to come into his own because KD understands there's going to always be speculation because of you was up 3-1 on this team. They came back and beat you. You joined that team. So there's always going to be that speculation. But I think now he's starting to get to the point where he just doesn't care. Like, I don't care. Like, yes, I joined this team. And, bitch, we probably are going to three-peat with this core. Like,
I hope they do. Just for the simple fact, obviously, aside from me being a fan of the team as a whole, I just would like to see them solidify. I mean, I feel like personally they've already solidified as one of the dynasties in the NBA's history, but that third peat is going to actually solidify.
You kind of need that.
I want KD to get it because I feel like it's more likely that he'll leave.
You think so?
If he gets it? Yeah, I think so. I feel like if he doesn't get it, he's gonna be more motivated to get a game. I mean, it could. I say that, but actually, no, it could go the other way. But that's how I feel personally. Opinion, like,
no, I feel you. I mean,
I feel like if he gets another one, that he has nothing else to prove with Golden State, or he doesn't feel the need to do anything else with Golden State, and then he could whatever's going on in his head with how he feels about himself in the NBA, he could prove whatever he wants after that if he would solidify another one.
I could see that.
He's setting himself up to be in the same boat as LeBron, like, because niggas, when he won the first two, it was like you needed D Wade and you needed Bosh to get that done. Then he goes to Cleveland, which I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Even with a Kyrie and with a Kevin Love, they had no business beating Golden State that series. So with that being said,
was up 3-1.
Yes, they had no business winning that series. So with that being said, you had no choice. Like niggas say, of course, Kyrie hit the shot of all shots to ultimately win the series. Yes, but without a LeBron James, that shot is not created because these niggas was down by 9 points going into the fourth. LeBron scored 11 points straight, tying the game up. And then Kyrie hit the shot. So let's not erase.
LeBron got that block on Iguodala too.
Exactly. So let's not erase what LeBron did to get Kyrie to that point and to that moment to solidify himself as well as solidify that team. Because if you want to be honest and quite frank, the way how things is looking right now, Kyrie is not even a shadow of the player that he was alongside with LeBron James. Granted, he's getting his numbers and he's getting all of that, but it's like he's becoming LeBron James slowly but surely. Like niggas is saying that Kyrie is toxic as hell too. Like,
absolutely.
So you know them two toxic niggas, they just need to get back the fuck together. Like that's what the fuck they need to do.
I agree with you though, because with him, like you said, LeBron played with Bosh and Wade and got his rings under that belt, and then he felt like he had to prove something with Cavs. And I don't think that he's coming back to OKC. But
who?
Durant.
So
I don't think he's doing it exactly in that platform.
He'll
like
never
the way
go
he
back
did.
to OKC.
But I think he may go to.
He might end up in his hometown.
I'm thinking maybe.
Washington.
He might go to
Maybe.
DC.
You thinking DC?
I can see DC.
I would like that.
I hope so.
People are saying the Nets. That's why I've been hearing. If you were to go to New York, the Nets would be the better team because they're better than the Knicks every single way.
Nobody wants to go to the Knicks at all.
Yeah, but
that's rough.
Honestly, man, because I mean, KD is one of the people campaigning for the Supersonics to get the team back. So I would see him going to the Supersonics if they were to, reopen
and just build his dynasty from there from the
right.
jump. Yeah,
he would become the face.
Cool
he
too.
would become the face of the Supersonics because he was one of the Supersonics before they transitioned to OKC.
I was so pissed when they transitioned to OKC because Seattle was still a staple team. Granted, they weren't as successful as the other teams as far as championships, but it's like honestly, when you went to play NBA Live, this is before 2K and shit, it's like Seattle was probably one of the top 5 teams that niggas picked just because of who they had. Like they had Ray Allen, they still had they had KD. I believe they had Russell Westbrook for the first year before they went to OKC, I believe. But I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
If he was an official Supersonic or not, or they could have been transitioning at that time. I don't remember.
I think Westbrook got there
when it was OKC.
When it was OKC, because I think whose draft class was he in? Was he in Curry's or was he in?
Bro, I'm gonna keep it a band with
Clay's.
you. I really don't know.
I think he was in Clay's draft class. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about Russell Westbrook.
But I believe OKC was already an established team when he came over.
He probably was just with OKC. I don't remember him on Sonic.
Yeah, me either.
But the Supersonics, they were a good team. Like the colorway was dope. The court was pretty dope. And just the energy of their arena was it was crazy.
Yeah.
So
let's do a playoffs recap. So or not recap, but
the standard
recap / projection. So right now we're in the second round of the playoffs. So we have
Portland. We'll start with the easiest one.
Yeah, so we'll start with the Western Conference. We'll just start with that. So we have Portland against the Nuggets. Denver. And right now that series is split 1-1. We have Golden State against Houston. Right now the series is 2-0 in Golden State's favor, going back to Houston. And then in the Eastern Conference we have the Bucks and the Celtics. Series is also split 1-1. And then you have Toronto and Philly, which is also split 1-1.
2-1 after tonight.
Philly won? For real?
That's the only upset I have this series, this round.
Philly. Guess who I'm going for?
Philly.
I said it the last podcast.
So Philly is 2-1 now. So
they
Philly is
stolen the game from Toronto's court, and I told niggas if that happens, that shit's not going back to Toronto, bro. I'm telling niggas right now.
I feel the same exact way.
Philly, Embiid and them boys, they gonna make sure them niggas don't have to step back into Toronto.
I felt the same when they I was like, they're taking a game off their home.
Oh yeah, because I told niggas if Toronto were to go up 2-0, I don't know if Philly has the mental psyche to even win on their court. Like I just don't know if they have it because I seen the same thing happen to them last year with Boston. Like they were the favorites, so it's like, and then they dropped. You can honestly say that they dropped 2 games on their court, even though they won game 1. They only won it by like 2 points, and their mental was just fucked up for the whole rest of that series because they felt like it's just Boston. Like we don't have to worry. Like we're a shoe-in to go to the Eastern Conference Finals and shit, and that's not what happened. And I feel like their psyche is different this year that they understand, okay, we stole one off their court. Now we got to finish the fucking job. Like, we got to finish the shit. So,
and I feel like with LeBron not being on the East is definitely it appears that way to me that there's a lot more drive in the East.
Yeah,
like
now
they be gunning for it. Right. Like, it's not like we're going up against LeBron. It's like really LeBron ain't here. We getting this shit. It didn't
matter what seed LeBron was in the East. That nigga, he was coming out of the East regardless. Like it just didn't matter. He could be the 8th seed and he still has a shot to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. So
now that new person, in my opinion, is Giannis.
No, absolutely.
That person is going to be the person that you're going to have to go through. And right now, the Celtics are going through that right now where they're battling against them. And I personally, so let's talk predictions now. So as far as in the Eastern Conference, who do you guys have coming out for the semifinals?
I got Bucks and Philly.
Okay.
That's who
Bucks and Philly.
Same thing, yeah.
So that's mine as well. As Bucks and Philly.
I think the Bucks and Celtics may just go to a game 7.
I was going to say I don't think that's going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy dub for the Bucks.
Now, if the Bucks play team basketball like they did last game, it's about to be 4-1. Because Boston is not about to fuck with them niggas when everybody is getting off like that. That shit was reminiscent to when Golden State first got together and them niggas was just all over the
clutching
fucking place.
Everywhere.
Like I've never
putting
seen
up mad play points
ball like that. I think Giannis started to understand. Okay, they're not double teaming me. They're making the rest of my boys create shots, but it also it clicked in his mind. I got Al Horford 1-on-1. This nigga can't fucking guard me. Like, fuck this nigga. When that nigga scored, I think it was 15 points in like 7 minutes on this nigga. Double team this nigga, bro. Like that. Come help me.
Once he starts hitting,
go ahead.
Once he starts hitting threes,
yes.
Once he starts doing that, bro,
he had the shimmy.
We're talking about something different in the game that
absolutely.
That's unstoppable, bro. How do you stop that?
Because he has
5-on-5,
a dominance that's reminiscent of
who,
like Shaq and Anthony Davis put in one.
Oh, okay. You gotta combine.
It's
them.
actually it's like
I haven't seen that.
No, literally, it's like combining Shaquille O'Neal and Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis could shoot a three, not often, but he could shoot it. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the dominance in the paint that Shaquille O'Neal had that he now also shares similar to. You know, obviously he's not as big as Shaq, but
the only thing that
he's
Giannis
strong,
is missing is a good passing game. Like, could you imagine putting exactly what you just described? A person that has the shooting ability and scoring ability of Anthony Davis, but has the dominance inside the paint as a Shaquille O'Neal, but also have the passing psyche as a LeBron James.
Bro, you're
like,
talking
that's
about
fucking ridiculous.
God mode.
That'd be fucking
what do
ridiculous.
You mean?
And then if you want to just razzle dazzle it, throw the killer instinct of a Kobe Bryant in there, that's the best player you've ever seen.
Right.
Now, would that ever happen?
Kobe in there.
I don't know.
Ain't no way. You see razzle dazzle some Kobe in there?
No, if you have the killer instinct of
the
Bryant,
killer. My bad, I missed that part. Killer, yeah.
No, definitely. So,
bro, if he had that.
Yeah. Giannis is a problem.
You're talking about something that's developing that
and
could be super, just such a essential piece that we haven't seen. I don't think we've seen in the NBA,
but we could be seeing it soon now.
That I think he's a first.
Zion?
No.
I was like, don't do that.
What? I'm not hype about a draft class, honestly.
Talking about Zion?
Until some of our bigger stars, kids start coming into play. Because just watching them play now and the level of skill, being that their parents are still playing in the transition, because obviously the NBA is going to another transition, like as we're watching it now. But being that their parents are still active in the NBA, they're seeing that transition and they're able to build their kids for that. Like watching Shaquille O'Neal's son, this nigga's like a 7'2" fucking point guard.
Sharif,
yes, that shit is ridiculous. Watching LeBron James' son is just ridiculous.
I haven't watched too much of LeBron.
He's a fucking bully amongst all them little niggas that he's playing against. Like, it's just
the clips I've seen. It look a little ridiculous.
It's a waste of this nigga's time. Like,
it looked a little too easy. I want to see him play against some super.
These niggas was down by 27 points in the fourth quarter, mind you. AAU basketball is 8-minute quarters. The fact that these niggas came back and won by 13 is just ridiculous. Like, and it was just LeBron James' son. I think it's his cousin, or it's like his godbrother or some shit. It was just them two niggas. Them niggas was playing 2-man ball the whole fourth quarter. Like, the other three niggas was just there. And nigga set a pick, we gonna do everything else. Like, it's ridiculous. Like,
the clips I've seen though, I like I said, I haven't watched too much of him. It doesn't look like he's playing against any like really intense competition, because it looked too easy.
Them two niggas had college offers at fucking 13 years old. Like, both of them niggas.
Yeah, that's the same.
Well, plus like, I hate to say that, but being LeBron's son, like,
but see,
that does do something. I feel like it does, opinion wise.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
But the sleeper out of everybody's kids to me is Dwayne Wade's oldest son. Like, because nobody sheds light on him. And to me personally, I would pick him over LeBron James' son. Like, as of right now, I would pick Dwayne Wade's son. Because Dwayne Wade understands, I'm gonna teach you the fundamentals of basketball.
And that's important.
That's very so important. You have to know that shit.
Damn, that's important. That's important in almost anything.
Nah, that's
fundamentals, man. I'm telling you.
Fundamentals will take you.
If you don't know the fundamentals, if you don't know how to dribble,
think about
well,
Tim
like
Duncan.
Handles, you know,
fundamentals.
Yeah, Tim Duncan is a prime example of a fundamental basketball player.
And he's one of the best.
He was one of the best. Just off fundamentals.
Off that he's not in the conversation. Like, niggas be like, Kobe's the best of our generation. If we talk rings, how? Because Tim Duncan got the same amount. Mm-hmm. So how is he not in that conversation as well? Like, you know, I was going to say,
I think it's just always hard to compare because of the positions. Like, they're vastly different in the positions they play.
I mean, yeah,
I think that's the only reason, but I definitely understand where you come from. Like, because you can't count out Tim. There's no way.
Because the thing is, if you look at it, like, if you look at basketball, like how I look at basketball, all the rings that Kobe won, he never had to go through San Antonio to get it. San Antonio was either already eliminated or... you know what I'm saying? Or they just weren't in the playoffs.
And honestly, with Shaq,
Tim Duncan, they had to go through LA every single time that they won a championship.
With Shaq?
So whenever they did you know what I'm saying, get into that situation, Tim Duncan clearly came out on top because he ended up in the finals, ended up winning. So, well, not all the time because LeBron James stopped that once. But
hey man, Mark Cuban was pissed. He was pissed.
Man, fuck Mark Cuban.
Yo.
Fuck that nigga. He pisses me the fuck off. Anyway. I love Mark Cuban though.
I was about to say I ain't got no problem.
There's no need to talk about the West.
Let's swing around the rest. Let's swing around to the West.
For what?
To have a discussion. So
what are we discussing?
Let's start off Golden State.
Golden State and Houston. Who you
have? It's over.
A sweep?
4-0.
Sweep.
I don't think they're gonna take both games.
All right, no, yeah, maybe one game. Maybe
I don't think they'll take both games.
All right. I'll throw a game in there.
I ain't throwing shit. It's 4-0.
I'll throw a game in there myself. I'll throw one game in there.
They're too reliant on getting them fucking fouls from that 3-point line, and it's obvious. And Golden State to figure that shit out. It's not happening. 4-0. It's over.
You look like you feel differently though. I want to hear it.
The only reason I say I feel differently is because you know what? I'm not going to say that because honestly, I was going to say Mike D'Antoni is a very good coach, but he's a very linear coach.
Okay.
He says, go out there, get your threes.
Get your fouls.
And get your fouls. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? He is very linear in his game. He never really changes the plan.
Play the way that got us here.
Right.
Play the way they got us.
Because you know Harden's he's gonna cook up from the line. He's gonna try and he's gonna get step back threes. You know what Harden's going to do.
And Golden State let him have that because then it's who else gonna do whatever.
Exactly.
That's not happening.
I wish we could bring it up now, but I seen a video clip of Harden, and it was of Harden shooting an open shot and then shooting when he had pressure, and he shoots differently.
Yeah, because he's trying to draw the foul.
He shoots differently to draw the foul. But when he's open, he just does a straight up jumper.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah. No, that's fast.
And I've heard about it too. I've heard about it.
If you look at anywhere that he plays, whenever he drives, he's flailing his body in order to draw the foul, even if there's no contact.
Yeah.
And if you have a defender like Steph Curry on you where he's officiated differently almost, because every time Steph Curry does something, if you go back, you review the plays, you're like, why is this a foul? You know what I'm saying? It'd either be all ball or it'll be like inadvertent, like not his fault. You know what I'm saying? Like a charge, like an offensive foul or something like that. Yeah. But they'll call him for a defensive foul.
I just when I heard about it and I saw that, it just solidifies even more to how he's playing within the rules, but that's just stupid to me.
It's almost like gaming the system.
I don't like that gameplay.
I don't like that gameplay because Mike D'Antoni also, like you said, he's linear, but he's also a coach that goes off analytics, and he understands 6 times out of the 10 James Harden threes he's getting fouled, and they're trying to play on that, and that's just based off the meetings that they've had with each other, during the offseason. But I don't like Draymond, but I agree with what Draymond said when he was like, I've been fouled on the James Harden 3 before.
That shit had me weak.
And I agree with it because if you go back and he kicks his foot out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There needs to be a rule that states that, yes, the 3-point shooter should have space to land, but the defender should also have space to land as well. If the shooter is moving his foot to where the defender is landing, does that not put him in the same amount of danger as the defender putting the foot where the shooter is landing? It's pretty much the same shit.
I know exactly.
And how the swing leg is, and this is me speaking from experience, how when you're shooting and you swing your foot to kick out, if that shit hit that shin the right way, that's an easy torn ACL. Easy. So it's just like the defender is just in as much danger as the shooter in that situation with James Harden, because honestly, he the only nigga that's doing that shit in the league right now. Ain't nobody else really doing that shit.
I mean, Steph does it, but Steph doesn't he doesn't kick like that.
Not like
Harden. He'll sell it. You know what I'm saying? He'll sell it to get the foul.
Bro, he don't need to. He can shoot wherever he wants.
No, he can shoot. I mean, bro,
he's pulling them.
Bro, you
saw. Don't get me wrong.
He's creating his own shots. He's getting open off of the big.
When Steph is doing the flopping or whatever, he's still shooting an efficient shot.
Yeah, he's creating his own shot.
James Harden is not shooting an efficient shot when he's trying to draw that foul.
He's trying to specifically. That's his goal.
But did y'all see when Capella grabbed Curry and then he just threw the ball up with one hand from the half, beyond half court almost, and went in? I was like, yo. He's just not. If anybody in the NBA has a case for not being human, I would say it's Steph Curry. And the only reason I say that is because it's almost like he's calculating in his head, if I shoot it at this angle with this trajectory with this much velocity, it's gonna go into the hoop. That's what it seems like every time he throws up a shot.
Bro, he's been practicing his shot for so long. It's just that muscle memory, man. Because I'm pretty sure I don't know him personally.
Who his father is? It's like
that's what I'm saying.
Know how to fuck to shoot the ball, nigga.
He knew how to train his son.
Yeah.
No, and his son was motivated. Obviously, you can't just train your son the right way. You got to have that drive. And Steph was one of those people. He had that drive.
Yeah, there's no point even talking about this series. 4-0. That's my count. I don't. Houston's.
I say go 5. I'll say 5 games. And
I give it 1 game.
It's sad that the 1 game. Okay, yeah.
I give it 1 game.
I think it's sad that the most competition the Golden State has had thus far is the Clippers. Like, come on, bro.
I would have rather.
Yeah, that was.
That was their own fault, though.
I would have rather see Damian Lillard versus Steph Curry. Honestly, this round.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
You might see it in the semifinals.
I knew how it was going to end ultimately, but at least I know Dame would. It'd be a better game because you don't got to worry about all that flopping, all that stupid shit going on. Like they're gonna play each other straight up.
That's gonna be a good game, regardless.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have Portland coming out past Denver. Honestly, that's just my pick.
Me too.
Portland. Yeah.
I feel like Portland. They have the playoff experience. You know what I'm saying? They have more experience than the Nuggets do, in the sense that, and they also have a chip on their shoulder too. You know what I'm saying? They have something to prove, so they're gonna try to. They're gonna come out there. They're gonna play their hardest basketball. They're gonna be gritty.
Yeah,
I think they have every possibility to knock off the Nuggets.
My fear was that they was gonna go down 0-2 going into Portland, but when they won the last game on Denver's court, I'm like, oh yeah, it's an open season now. Like, anybody serious at this point?
Do you feel like now, because of what Dame did with OKC, that people are just now starting to realize Dame?
They are.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was crazy. I was like, crazy. People are all of a sudden talking about him in the way they're talking about him. Like, you didn't know this about Dame? Like, I knew that about Lillard. It's just like now, that. It's even more prevalent, I guess, because of the playoffs, that the way he did OKC.
Because of the magnifying glass of him and Westbrook's rivalry.
That thing. Yeah,
because I never knew that was a thing until this season. Like, cause I don't pay Westbrook.
They made it so prevalent now. Like, it's they won't hide nothing. It was obvious.
Yeah, but they ain't been like that, man.
Definitely when Dame just waved them after the shot. He waved that.
He was like, bye.
He keeps it short and simple. He's a killer, man. He's a killer.
Definitely, man. Definitely. He's got the instinct. He's got the grit. He's got the talent. You know what I'm saying? He has everything that he needs to succeed. So, you know, I think it'll be a good series.
That's why niggas be looking at me like I'm crazy, but I was telling niggas like all last season, instead of the Lakers going after Anthony Davis, they should have been going after Damian Lillard. When Portland had this nigga pretty much on the trading block, that's who they should have been going after.
Right.
Like, I just didn't.
You're talking Dame with LeBron?
Yes.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be a bad team.
No, that would work because I think
it wouldn't be enough to hurdle over a Golden State, but it'd be a start, and I think it could
be something. It could contend with it,
and I think it'd make LA a more attractive destination for that third star.
Right.
Like, as of right now, it doesn't look attractive to anybody. These niggas still ain't even got a coach right now.
Man.
So that situation just not looking attractive. Like,
LeBron's a coach.
Pretty much.
He need to be GM.
LeBron said, let me drive the boat.
LeBron he went on the interview saying, like, he knows for a fact, let's say if the Lakers do decide to go with Coach Lue, then it's gonna be LeBron influenced that, and LeBron has already stated he don't even want Coach Lue back. Like, why would he want that nigga back? He just
I know. What's the point? Like, you just creating the same team over here.
He said he would honestly rather play under Jason Kidd in this moment of his career, and to me that makes sense.
Okay, yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, LeBron has to learn. Like, he's gonna have to pretty much be more of a he's gonna have to pick and choose because obviously he's getting older now. It's either you're going to be that facilitator or you're going to be that scorer. Like, certain games is obviously going to be different for different situations, but he's to the point where he's not doing both at this point. Honestly, it's not happening.
Yeah. I don't think Lue's the situation, though.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
It's just that, like you said, it wouldn't make sense.
Coach in Cleveland, like,
it wouldn't make sense. If he liked that system, he had that system in Cleveland.
What, the LeBron system? Because that's what the fuck it was.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Coach Lue was like, if he wanted to run 2. Hey, coach, what's 2? We don't run that. Oh, just get LeBron the ball. He know what 2 is.
If he wanted that Lue system, he would have just stayed there.
Nah, facts. Hey, run 3, nigga. Coach, I don't know. Get LeBron the ball.
See, Lue would suggest. He wouldn't dictate.
Exactly.
He would be
LeBron,
like, hey,
you think Lonzo should start?
Nah.
hey, I've been noticing LeBron that. Oh yeah, I have to. Yeah, I got it.
You're right. I'm tripping. My bad.
But I'm still gonna do this though. But I'll consider it. I got you though. We can talk about it in the locker room, but we gonna do this.
Right, like, hey, coach, I ain't heard of nothing. I just want to sit out tonight. Hey, whatever you want, baby.
You need a bat. You need a bat.
Hey, give me some water, coach. Give me some water.
Hey, coach, give me some water. Hey, coach, give me a towel, nigga.
Extra ice.
Oh man,
it's hot.
Nah. But no, I think we covered a lot of ground tonight.
That's it for the standings.
Lord, it's 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we've been up here for a minute, man.
See, I know y'all tired. I'm good though. I'm straight.
Y'all have anything that y'all want to add before we conclude?
No. Yeah, I do.
I mean, obviously, you have to add an attitude. So, I mean, you already added what you needed to add.
Yeah, I need to go to bed.
You want to add anything, bro?
Yeah. Nah, I don't.
You good? All right. Well, hey, I appreciate y'all for listening. Make sure y'all tune in for next week and 75 Junction out.